Hello, 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 everybody. I am live here in Flourish. It is Thursday, May 11th, 2017, and it is the day that I go live in the main Flourish group. So I'm here, and I am excited to talk to you guys. We have a lot to talk about, as we usually do every week. We had some interesting things take place today with the Etsy CEO taking a Q&A. Hello, hello. So I want to talk about that. I got so much stuff, as always. Hi, hello, Marilyn. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Janet. Hello, hi, Andy. Nicole, hello, hello. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Aisha. Hello. So, hello. Hi, Stella. My favorite name in the world. So yes, we have so much to talk about, so much to go over. Hopefully it won't take too long for us all to talk about it today, but it's good stuff. We need to talk about it. And I have some good information on email marketing that can help you get going on building your lists, which is so important. And I have some fun announcements. I also, today, will be giving away 2 lifetime memberships to Flourish for Flourish members. We had a giveaway where you just had to be registered to the website, and that was all you needed to be entered into the giveaway. And we randomly picked 2 names. So I'll be doing that at the end. Hello, hello. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Liesel. Hi. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Karen. Hello. Andy says, I have been having a blast designing with the templates in MailChimp this week. That's awesome. That is the fun part. You know, I mean, there's some parts that are not so fun when it comes to trying to build your email list and marketing. But that, you know, as creatives, we love to create, right? So that part's pretty fun. I like that. Your hair color matches your eyeshadow. Does it? Kind of. It's like a purplish blue eyeshadow, so I guess it kind of could, huh? Maybe. Hello! Is the video freezing? I hope not. So let me address that for a minute. I'm not sure. You know, Facebook is glitchy. It's always been glitchy. The live video feature from Facebook is an awesome feature. In fact, I mean, it's one of the best tools I use for my business, as does probably millions of other people. However, lately, the last couple weeks, videos have just been disappearing. So, you know, at first it seemed like it was because people were playing music that was, you know, not theirs to play. And so if it was infringing, the music was infringing on another artist, Facebook automatically detected it and would take it down. But I had a video, one of my experts had a video, actually I had 2 videos in 2 different groups that were just poof, removed. So that kind of sucks for me because I give a lot of content in the video usually. So to have it just gone was a bummer. So now we're recording these live videos so that way if anything happens to it, we'll have it and we can repost. I don't know as far as it being freezing and stuff. I'm not sure. So hello, hello. Hi, Haley. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Melissa. Woo, woo, woo. Lisa she was having a hard time. I am on a Mac, right? I'm on an iMac. I have the latest version of Safari. Everything is updated and wonderful, and I can't go live from my computer. The only way I can go live from my computer is if I open up the Chrome browser on my Mac, which is odd in itself. That's the only way that I can go live from my computer. If not, I have to do it from my phone. And then with my phone, there's a whole nother barrage of issues. So we're just going to try it. Thank you, Jessica. Oh, my gosh. All right. Video keeps freezing. Not freezing, just out of sync. So should I stop talking and let my voice catch up? Am I like those old movies where you go, and then you hear the voice? Do you remember that? Oh, my gosh. They were usually like karate movies. Yeah. Okay. Let me know if, is everybody else seeing me okay? Okay, Haley says the video is perfect for her. Working fine for Janet. Okay. So it's just some people. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, let's first start with where are we at? 100 and some people. Okay, let's first start with our list, 52 lists of happiness. 52 lists for happiness. Woohoo. All right, this is something that we committed to, remember, at the beginning of the year. If you're new here, well, welcome, first of all. We're so glad you're here. But this is something, it might be cheesy for some, but we committed at the beginning of this year that we were going to try to do our best to remain positive and to focus on happiness. So every week in my live video, I do go over a list every week for happiness. It doesn't take very long. And it's really fun. And we're going to start posting these in the club so the people that don't watch the video can get in on it too. So last week the list was list 18, and it said list the things about yourself that you don't need to change, which is kind of cool. Sorry, the machine that starts with an A was speaking. I guess she thought I said her name. So that's really cool because you want to think, everybody's so focused on what you need to change or what you want to change or what you do that isn't so great, that you don't focus on what you don't want to change. What is it that you love about yourself that you don't need to improve on? So that was last week's list, and it was pretty awesome. And we did a thread in the lounge, and it went awesome. So we're going to do that again this week. This is list 19, and it's list the ways that you think someone you love would describe you. This is going to be a fun one. This is an interactive challenge. So list the way somebody that you love would describe you. Okay, so your husband, your parents, your children, whatever, somebody that you love would describe you. So like for me, I just put, your basic, positive, enthusiastic, geeky. I am a little geeky. Big Harry Potter fan, like, loud, I'm loud, I can be loud. Humorous, caring, loyal, giving. So you have those standard ones, but then as I get down into the list, I want to get a little bit more specific. Like, what would my loved ones know about me that maybe the rest of society doesn't know? Hello. Yes, positive, excited, caring, loud. Yes. So it's awesome to think about these things. Now, remember, with these lists of happiness, it isn't just reflection, right? Sometimes it's good if it's just reflection, but these always have an action statement afterwards, which usually tends to be somewhat of a challenge, okay? So the action is this week. Now, go ask them being your loved one who you think would describe you a particular way. Go ask them to list their favorite elements about you, and then compare your list to their list. It says, don't be shy. It will make them so happy to tell you why they love you. So this is, I know, some people, not everyone, some people think it's a little corny, but this is fun stuff, and it's good to reflect, and it's good to evaluate and check out, hey, what is it that you love about me? You never know. Something new might come up that you just didn't even know was a lovable quality that you have. Hello, Pam. Hello. Smart. That's a good one. Yes, for sure. Tenacious. I love that. Okay, so that is the 52 list for happiness for this week. If Sam or Lara will create a thread in the lounge to do that, that would be awesome. And we can get moving on. Fun thing to do on Mother's Day. That would be a great time to do that. That's a good idea. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all you mothers out there. And even if you're mothers of pets, any kind of mother, stepmother, maybe you mother plants, any kind of mother, happy Mother's Day. Okay, so we're going to get going. So should we talk about first the Q&A, the exciting Q&A from the CEO, the new CEO, Josh Silverman of Etsy, or should we talk about email marketing first? Let's go ahead and jump in on the Q&A. Are you guys cool with that? Let's talk about it. Who watched the Q&A from the new CEO? Haley's like announcements. The new CEO, who watched it? It was in the Etsy forum, and a thread was going all week long. People were voting on which questions they wanted the new CEO to answer. And that's what he apparently tried to do today. And it was from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. So who watched it? It wasn't like live. It wasn't on a video or anything like that. It was just text. It was a copy paste of the questions that were voted on, and then he answered below. Me, everybody did. I did. Me. Awesome. Lame answers. Me. Yes, I watched the very politically correct Q&A. Okay. Well, I printed out some things. Now, just in case you're new and you're not real familiar with Flourish or how Flourish works or how we what our vibe is in our group, it's always a very positive, loving group. It's a supportive group who always tries to remain joyful, right? Because that's part of my brand. Today's video, however, might slightly steer away from that. Not a lot, just... Are we back? Can everybody hear me? The video paused. Are we back? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let me know if you guys can still hear me and see me, and then we'll move forward. Marilyn says yes. Kathy says now you're phrasing. I'm okay now. Okay. All right, so basically, I was because you guys are going to want to know my opinion. I was very disappointed in the Q&A. I was extremely disappointed in the Q&A. Now, before I explain myself, I do have to give it to him. He is brand new. He was just announced last week. He really hasn't had the time to get his hands involved with the massive issues that they have. He did state that he wants to listen and get feedback from the community. So, considering all of those things, I'd say that, no, I still wouldn't say that. No, he's been with Etsy for 6 months. So, and even if he wasn't in a CEO capacity, he still would, I'm sure, read the forums. I'm sure he's aware of the problems with Etsy. And even if he doesn't have an answer, right? Or not only even if he doesn't have an answer, even if he is unable to provide what the community wants, I still think he did a poor job at the Q&A. I mean, what an opportunity this man had. This was everywhere, right? The whole Etsy shakeup and CEO switch. It was everywhere. It was in reports. It was, the whole community was talking about it. It was all across social media. Hello, hello, hello. It was all over the place, and he had this wonderful opportunity because every single article that I read, every single blog, every single report said, oh no, what is the future? What does the future hold for Etsy? And with so many sellers disrupted and with so many sellers upset and with the search not working. Anyway, he had an opportunity to really come in and get excited and really, kind of corral the troops, so to speak, right? This is what a leader should do. He may not have all the answers right now, and his hands may be tied with what he can say and what he can't say. I completely understand what that's like, but no accountability was taken for anything at all. And there was it was the most canned, scripted responses that I've ever heard, I think. So I have to say, And I don't mean to get all worked up because I know I'm supposed to keep you guys nice and joyful, but I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little upset. I think it was a very poorly done Q&A. I think that they should have, if it was going to go that way, they shouldn't even have done it. They should have waited. He could have come out with a blanket statement, and they should have just waited. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so Sharon says CEOs care only about one thing, about making money. I mean, you know, I'm a CEO. I care about making money, but I care about other things. But yes, I understand what you mean, Sharon. You only have one opportunity to make that first impression. Exactly. That is really, I think, what I'm saying, is that this was such a pivotal moment. Etsy has been the mood from sellers around Etsy has been fairly somber for a long time. And I think that this was, even with Chad leaving, I saw this as an opportunity. Maybe I'm an opportunist. I saw it as an opportunity to really get some excitement back in the handmade community and really take some accountability, admit that there are some problems, big problems, and really reach out to the community and let them know, hey, I'm going to work for you and we're going to make this happen. And there was just none of that. Anyway, could you send them to him, Sarah, for CEO of Etsy? Oh, that would be not good. I'm building my own. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go over the Q&A real quick. He didn't answer that many, and I made them really short. So I'm just going to kind of go through them for those that did not see the Q&A. Also, we can talk about it a little bit if you'd like. Here we go. So I'm going to, and I believe I've written all of them down. If I missed one, let me know. Here we go. So the first one that he did, basically it was a question with someone that had a concern about the multiple shop checkout, right? So that people putting multiple shops, items from multiple shops in their carts to be able to check out easier was a problem, that it was clunky, that it wasn't efficient, and that it would make other people they wouldn't want to put the stuff in their cart because they all have to check out at once. Basically what he says is it's what the buyers asked for, that they will always try to make the checkout experience best for everyone. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so yes, we're just going to go right along because, I mean, what do you say to that? That was okay, that's what the buyers wanted. And we're going to continue to make sure that the checkout experience is great for everyone. Okay? So that was didn't answer my question. All right? Or even address the issues of why it's a problem. All right? Then we got similar items on Etsy feature on shop pages. It's a concern. So this is another question. And again, I'm giving you the very, very, just the point of the question. The point of the question is a seller saying, hey, I kind of find it to be a little bit weird that when my customers come into my shop and they check out, that they're then shown other shops' items that are similar. Like, and I think in the question he said it's kind of like going to Target and seeing the product next to it being advertised, being available from Walmart. Okay, so this is what he said. He said, basically, this is what he said. He said, it's what the buyers want. So it's what the buyers want. Benefits the collective seller community. So I have this little graphic. This is me today. Or here, this one might be better. Okay, here, can we do that? We're going to use this one. All right, it's what the buyers want, and it benefits the collective seller community. Okay, so basically, again, now, and I know he's new. He's not supposed to have all the answers right now. I understand that, but it's just, don't say that, you know, and to say it's to benefit the seller community collectively. You know what benefits the seller community collectively? having a search engine that works properly. I don't want to get too fired up here because I would not be going, I would be going against my brand. So I'm just frustrated that there are these are significant issues, and to brush them off and to say, you know, we've done the data, we've done the research, and this is what the customers want. Now, again, I understand his position. Please, I'm not being ignorant to the fact that he has to please not just the sellers. He has to please the buyers. He has to please the shareholders. He has to please, I mean, pretty much all eyes are on him. So I do understand his position right now. But just what a poor way of answering these questions. I'm just poor. Okay, so then the next question, it was somebody basically going over the SEO mess that they were concerned that the new sellers were getting more visibility than the older, more seasoned sellers. And he was asking about the SEO issues with search. And he answered saying, and he did this quite often throughout. This is the first time he mentioned it, but he mentioned this a lot of times through, to many other questions. He said that 45 million items is a challenge, that there is work to be done. Their investment and their focus is going to be on marketing for years to come, that they will be transparent as possible about what's changing and what's staying the same. Okay, so again, it's kind of a tough question to answer, okay, because SEO is never easy to address, right? 45 million items. So what he's saying there, just for those of you that can read between the lines, or those of you that maybe know a little bit more about the whole situation going on, he's letting the sellers that are asking these questions constantly about SEO, what he's doing there is he's shifting, and he's saying, there's 45 million items on Etsy. You know, back off. That to me is what he's saying. 45 million items, that's a lot of items. How can you expect 45 million items to all be found in search? It's difficult. It's a challenge. So that's what he's saying there. He's saying that they're going to invest and focus on SEO and marketing, that they will be as transparent as possible, which again, that's just an empty statement. About what's changing and what's staying the same. No real timeline, no bits of nuggets of information or any kind of like, hey, we've addressed that this is the issue, and we are looking into how we can fix this, and this. None of that, just, again. Okay. Also, he said that sellers still control the most important factors of search, which is the tags, titles, and attributes. So, again, that's nothing new. That's the same. That's always been in the Etsy Seller Handbook. That's the thing that we teach here in Flourish, so that's good. But it's not addressing all these major issues that are kind of all coming up in the last week or two, okay? If multiple, and he really didn't address at that time new sellers versus older sellers. So he didn't really address that at all. And that was common through some of his Q&A, as there was a lot of questions that were asked that he just completely avoided. Now, and again, I understand that that's how things are done in the public when you aren't sure about something. But again, I think that acknowledging these people's questions is the least that you can do. You know, or saying, like, we know that famous saying, right? I don't know, but I will find out, kind of, you know, thing. The question said, somebody asked a question and said, if multiple sales from one item, if multiple sales from one listing affect the algorithm, how is this beneficial for vintage and one-of-a-kind sellers? Also, they have noticed a great decline in the promotion and marketing of vintage items. Now, I don't think that the vintage sellers get enough credit overall in general, but they can't be discounted. They can't be swept off. It's not just a few. I mean, there's thousands of vintage sellers. So I think that is key. And they have every right to be concerned. Now, I know that there's a gray area there with supplies and vintage, but if you're going to come out and say that you have an e-commerce site and it is for handmade, vintage, and supplies, you can't only work on the handmade portion of the site, you need to work on the others. And it looks like they've really picked up where supplies are concerned with the whole Etsy studio, but vintage has been it's kind of like the redheaded stepchild kind of thing, you know? And he answered it basically by saying that vintage items hold a special place in his heart, that he feels vintage sellers are creative entrepreneurs, and he has no intention of he has no intention of not promoting vintage sellers, because they said in his current marketing that he was putting a focus on creative entrepreneurs, and so he was saying that in his opinion vintage sellers are creative entrepreneurs. No answers to any of those other questions though, like what are you going to be doing for vintage, or the fact that what about if multiple sales affects your ranking per listing, what do the one of a kind and what do the vintage sellers do? Because if everybody else is able to reproduce, which I recommend as a sales coach, what happens to the vintage and one of a kind sellers? Yes, please, one of a kind, equal rights. All right, so, and again, and I'm going to keep saying this throughout, I understand, because I don't want people to think I'm being naive to the fact that the guy is looking at the bottom line and he wants sales. I'm a sales coach. I've been in sales my whole life. I don't think a one-of-a-kind business is a good place to be. I think it's very hard to scale that. But it doesn't mean it doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean that there aren't one-of-a-kind sellers out there selling and making a good income off of that. And that really is the essence probably of handmade, isn't it? So, I mean, those things need to be protected. They need to have their own space and arena to shine. Okay, next question. It said, this was another vintage seller. So he had like back-to-back vintage sellers. So what are your plans for promoting Etsy for vintage goods? So what are your plans for promoting vintage goods on Etsy? So it was another question that asked the same thing. And he said, vintage is something that sets Etsy apart. Mentioned again about having 45 million items in search, but that he will have the vintage topic up for discussion when he meets with his team. Okay, so, I mean, that was an okay answer. I mean, he really didn't answer anything, but he did at least say, this is something that is important to me, and I am going to have it on the docket when I speak with my team. So, I mean, you know, I think he did okay on that, but it still wasn't the best. Yes. All right, we got, someone said older sellers seem to be declining. Again, this was asked previously. He didn't answer it. And he said that research shows that sellers who stay longer earn more over time. Okay? So I'm not trying to be funny. I am trying to be funny, but I'm not trying to be funny. He really said that. He said research shows that sellers who stay longer earn more over time. So again, empty statement. Of course, that would be the case. So what people are wanting to know is older sellers, meaning sellers that had big shops, they were doing really well, and then all of a sudden this year, or since October really of 2016, it's been declining. However, new shops are seeing a lot more activity. So that's pretty much the questions that they're trying to get answered. But he's basically saying that research shows that sellers who stay longer. So again, a canned response. Can we have a section just for handmade? This was asked multiple times. And he said no plans for that at the moment, but we'll always look for opportunities to make sellers more successful. So this is the problem. They have shareholders. They need to make money, right? They don't, the shareholders specifically, they don't care if the items are really handmade, and they don't care if there's outside manufacturers coming in. That's not a concern of theirs. You know, they just want us to be this cute, unique, artsy kind of place, and they want money coming in. They don't really care how it happens. Okay, so you know, this guy is stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, he really is. What else can he do? I just don't think at this point, and I didn't think so before the Q&A, but now for sure, I don't think it's going to go ever back to where it was. And I think that's the nature of business and companies. They have this natural progression, right? So I really don't feel that they're going to get back to the essence of Etsy. I don't think they can. They went public. I just don't think they can. I think the only way, and of course, I'm sure there's more ways, but I've done a lot of thinking on this, and I think that having a specific handmade section would have been so great. Like that to me would have appeased the sellers, at the same time still allow resellers in, or at least people to have outside manufacturers. And they'd have their own section, just kind of like Etsy Studio, but like Etsy Handmade or Etsy Supplies, Etsy Vintage. And they have an opportunity here to rework it into something that will please everyone for the most part. And I just didn't see any. It wasn't even like, hey, thanks. Well, thank you for that idea. We'll take that into consideration. It was, there's no plans for that, but we'll always look for opportunities to make sellers more successful. Okay, so then he said, will Etsy someone asked, will Etsy basically turn into another eBay or an Amazon? He said that the goal is to make Etsy its best self. Staying true to their uniqueness is the key to success. So another canned response, empty statement, not a whole lot of going on, of answering there. Then there was a lot of questions about treasuries, and this one specific person said, hey, Etsy is just, it's not what it used to be. It's not even anything close to that. The community has gone, that the forums are negative. The treasuries are gone. The teams pretty much suck. People are in and out of them. They're not sticking together. The chat, there used to be chat rooms that are gone. There used to be like workshops that you could do online digitally with other people and friends that you have made along the way. Basically, he was saying that the soul of Etsy is gone, and he's asking Josh if he thinks that he can bring it back. And Mr. Silverman said that the digital part has gone away, but they have added in-person events. So they have these maker cities, and they have these in-person pop-up, Etsy pop-up craft events around the globe. He said the treasuries were not generating sales, and their focus is on bringing in more buyers. So what he's basically saying is that this to me was the most important question and answer of the entire afternoon. And that is, he clearly said that the focus is on bringing in more buyers. And he kind of discounted the whole, this question that this guy or this person asked was so, it was, again, about the feeling, is that the soul of Etsy is its makers, is the community, is the making. That's how Etsy came to be, as a handmade giant, right? And the soul is gone. And the way that he answered was basically very clear that the community is not the priority, that that stuff, fluffy stuff, this is the stuff I hear in between the lines, that the fluffy stuff, like the treasuries and the workshops and the chats and all that, doesn't matter. Our focus is on bringing more buyers into the marketplace. So that told me that they are wanting it to go more towards Amazon or eBay. However, but still with their unique handmade twist. So this is not all bad, because if they are going to be focusing on driving sales, at least we should see more traffic coming into our shops. And because you're Flourish members, you guys should all be ranking high anyway. So hopefully you'll get those sales. All right, manufactured goods and resellers have taken over. Can we at the very least have our own section for truly handmade items? Again, another question asked about having a specific handmade section. He said that he addressed the reseller issue. He said teams dedicated to investigating flags and violations. They've closed 270,000 shops last year. They have a sophisticated machine that will detect violations faster, and this they will continue to focus on. So he still did not address, the whole handmade section. Basically, he's saying, no, sales are more important. And that's what he is saying here. And please know that if there was any way to positively spin this, I would be doing it. If anybody would be doing it, I would be doing it. So I am getting a little right now, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel with this stuff. I mean, we're still, at the end of the day, we're still selling on Etsy and making money, and there's people, earning a living by doing this. But at the same time, I feel that, my frustration should be voiced, because I think that everybody deserved an answer. I think everybody deserved hope. And I'm just very bummed that it wasn't given. Then there was a long thread about Etsy made for mobile users. There was basically a person saying that Etsy is now adjusted itself for a younger demographic, 20 to 30-year-olds, that basically it's very hard to maintain and manage Etsy if you don't have a smartphone. Obviously, this was from someone that was a little bit older, of an older generation, doesn't have a smartphone. Also said that they are very upset about Etsy forcing them to do Etsy Pay, and that there's a huge lack of customer service, and that any other website you go to, there's customer service, but Etsy has been always very vague about their customer service, and you can request a call, but you're not really sure if you're going to get that call or not. So he answered that, basically saying that you can read the answers highlighted above that he already answered about those things. He said the demographics based on research and data is formulated for the best buying experience. Etsy Payments is there and in place is so they can provide a seamless buying experience. And he will talk with his team further about how customer service can improve. And I hope that's true, because that would be great. It would be so nice to be able to reach out and to speak with a person, whether it's email or chat or whatever. But to me, what really disappointed me in this statement is that, I am all about owning it, right? Like, you need to own it. Whatever it is that you're doing, don't lie. Don't beat around the bush. Like, own it. Etsy is a business. They need to make money. They have shareholders that they need to please, and that is the fact. So don't sugarcoat it. The Etsy payment so that there's a seamless buying experience. No. Seller services is what makes them money, and that's okay. They're allowed to make money. It's their business, So come out and say that, say Etsy Pay is something that is lucrative for our business model. It also provides a seamless buying checkout experience, but it's something that significantly generates revenue for the Etsy Inc. or something of the sort. I mean, own it. There is some wonderful and refreshing authenticity when people are honest about them making money. Just always putting it about the customer. It's about the buyer. It's about the buyer. It's about the buyer. It's not all about the buyer. We know it, you know it, so let's not say that all the time. Let's be real. I guess that's maybe my issue, is I just didn't feel any realness from this conversation. There was no fessing up. It's just like, hey, Etsy Payments makes us, a decent amount of money, and we use that money to do this, to hire Blackbird, or we use that money to put back into this, Okay. Another person asked, what are your plans for the first 100 days? Now this he actually gave a little bit of information on. Now again, it was pretty empty, but at least it was something different than the previous responses he gave. He said acquisition. One, basically, are we doing everything we can to drive visits to the site? Okay, so that's going to be, marketing, promoting, getting out there. 2, activation. Are we converting those visits to purchase through world-class finding and buying experience? That's like a play on words, but basically he's saying SEO right there. So, activation. Are we converting those visits to purchase through world-class finding? He used the word finding. And buying experience. So obviously, this is, okay, we got the people there. Now they got to be able to find what they're looking for, right? And activity. What more can we do to drive repeat processes? So or repeat purchases. That obviously is how can we hold on to our customer. Okay? How are we doing here? Shopify has the 100%. Shopify does have an amazing support system. I love Shopify. Their guys are awesome. They go the extra mile. But what Shopify doesn't do is drive traffic to your shop. So, all right. Basically, that was it. That was the Q&A. There was nothing else. Even in his closing sentence, there wasn't much. He just said, basically, we will continue to work on improvements to search and marketing efforts. Oh, no, sorry. Why did I put that there? Oh, that was on top of the 3 A's, that he'll continue to work on improvements to search and marketing efforts. Okay. So then there was a question, can we add text box for personalization, additional notes section, moved up the ordering page, and more variations? Obviously, we'd all love this, especially us that create customized or personalized items, which are the big sellers on Etsy. He said, thanks for the suggestion. It's great feedback for his teams. Okay, so he doesn't have the answer to that, but he didn't discount it, which is kind of hopeful, right? So it's great feedback, and hopefully they will listen to that, because that would make a huge difference. I know, and that would definitely make the buyer's experience more pleasant as well, instead of them fumbling around trying to figure out where they're supposed to add in personalization, or not listing it at all, and then you try and get a hold of them to figure out what they want. That was a big deal in my handmade business. He was asked about his eBay experience, and Voices were concerned about, and this person voiced their concern about them raising seller fees, because that's common in eBay world. And because he was associated with eBay, they were concerned that the sellers were going to have higher listing fees. He clarified that he did not work as a CEO for eBay. He was shopping.com for eBay, 2006 2008. He reiterated that his goal is to drive sales for sellers, and there was no comment or acknowledgement about raising fees. So, which to me that was concerning, because by saying nothing about that makes me wonder if that will ever, that's something I never wondered, like, will listing fees go up? Because they make fees on all this other stuff. But him not addressing it did kind of make me wonder what that meant. But I don't want to read too much into it, Okay. Then the SEO mess was addressed again. He said he reiterated that Etsy's strength is in its 45 million items. Again, letting us know, hey, there's a lot of items that we have to figure out how to rank. Their focus is on a better way to showcase their breadth and depth of that many items. To me, that was a nod to attributes. They acknowledge change can be hard on businesses. They are committed to being as transparent as possible about what's changing. and what's staying the same on this journey. So a bunch of empty statements there. So again, all I see there is attributes which they've added and that they're trying to focus on. It's something that they're going to work on. I don't think he has an answer. I don't think they do at this point. Someone mentioned that there were more sellers than buyers, and this is when he got really clear with his statement. If you can read, if you can get people's whether they're telling the truth or not by reading text, or just kind of get where they're going or what's important, if you can kind of detect that, which I'm really good at, you can kind of, by reading his statements, you can kind of realize where the focus is, where his motivation is, where his priorities are. So this particular one, he was very into answering, and he said that they agree that he is laser focused on the buyer experience and driving sales. So he's been saying this throughout these answers, but to say they're laser focused, I mean, this is where their priority is. This is where they are going to put all of their efforts into, is driving sales to the site, which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Okay. Someone asked about the bugs, that the variations, the prices have been changing for some listings. Those of you may want to check, like, for example, you have a necklace that is stainless steel or something, and you have variations to upgrade it to sterling silver or gold fill or something like that, and you have different prices for your variations. There was a bug that was making the variations the same cost as the actual original item, and customers are buying items for, let's say, the sterling silver option for the same price that you would get the stainless steel option. So it's a concern. A lot of sellers have lost money. There's been confusion. There doesn't seem to be a fix. It's affecting some people. It's not affecting others. So they were asking about that. He said he is aware of the situation. They take it very seriously. He's asking the tech team daily for updates, and that he said that they will get in touch with everyone who's it's affecting, which was good, because that was something this other person was saying was, hey, this is affecting, my business. How come if I wasn't in the forums, I didn't know about the bugs? How come people aren't reaching out? How come you aren't reaching out and saying, hey, there's a situation, you may want to deactivate your variations? He said if any sellers are experiencing that issue, to contact seller support. How we doing? How's everybody doing? Should we have like a get up and stretch moment? Oh my God. I heard buyer a lot. This tells me that the transaction is more profitable than just listing fees from sellers. If that's truly the case, then buyers are Etsy's real customer, not the sellers. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, someone else mentioned that the sales have dropped off since October 2016. Now, this is true. We've seen it all in our groups, and I have a lot of groups. One, Joyful has almost 45,000 sellers in it. It's a common thing. If you go to the forums, a lot of people are talking about it. The changes made in October started the downward trend. And his answer to this, and I was really surprised, but his answer was, overall, sales have been healthy, and we did not notice any unusual patterns, and that he's focused in bringing in more buyers to increase sales for sellers. I'm sorry. He's just so funny. I miss Kermit. All right, so, okay, well, that to me was a lie, like just straight-faced lie. Like he could have sidestepped or something, but there's no way. There is no way that they're saying, I know. I have a group of sellers that I've seen their stats. I've heard their stories. I mean, and I have 100K, I have a group with 100K plus 6, 7-figure sellers. And then I also have groups with new sellers. And then I have groups with, so please do not tell me that your overall sales have been healthy. Obviously they haven't been healthy because your CEO just got fired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, to me, that was just I didn't appreciate that answer at all. Okay. I'm not gonna get worked up. So I don't know what that means. Like, why wouldn't you just say, you know what, we'll look into that? Or, you know, we did make some changes and we've done tests and we've done research and we found that the changes that we made are the most beneficial. I mean, there's so many other ways he could have answered that. But he said, he just stated overall sales have been healthy, whatever that means. And we didn't notice any unusual patterns. Their sales growth was flat, but their sales did not shrink, Tom says. Yes. Huge nosedive. Yes. Okay. So, anyway, yes. How about a margarita moment? I'm all about that. That's what we should have planned. And I don't think I have anything. I might have wine. I might have beer. No. Margarita would be best, but I don't have any tequila. So, all right. All right. Another person, and I really liked this person. I'm thinking about screenshotting their question because I'd like to know who they were. I'd love to know if they were in Flourish. But they were talking about alternative marketing, right? They were talking about ways that they were basically giving solutions. They were saying, you know, hey, have you guys thought about reaching out to YouTube stars and doing some kind of marketing with YouTube? Have you thought about doing, of course, TV commercials? Have you thought about going on late night shows and talking about Etsy? And the reason why they were talking about this in their post was they were saying that they have found that the majority of the people that they know do not know what Etsy is, even though it's ranked the 40th to 60th e-commerce business in the world. Most people, and the guy said it could be anecdotal, but most people don't know what Etsy is that are not in the circles that we're in. So he was offering some suggestions to get the word out. Like, I know the Today Show does a wonderful job. The Today Show features Etsy sellers all the time, and I know that they do their part in getting the word out. But he was suggesting some other things, doing interviews, product placement, you know, just different avenues of marketing. And he said, his answer to this was, we are focusing on driving more buyers to the market and that we will share more about our marketing over the next few months. So, you know, he, again, they're reiterating that they're going to be marketing. Their goal is to bring more buyers into the site. Sales, 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 and sales. That's what he maintained through this whole Q&A thing. So, I mean, it's very clear to me what direction they're going on at this point. You know, he didn't really answer how any of the problems that are out there are going to be fixed, but he did say, basically, more traffic, more buyers, more sales. None of that other stuff matters. We're just going to focus on getting more people to the site. Someone asked about phone support, if they could have a 24/7 customer service support. He said they're working on developing systems to become more efficient and effective, but he didn't really say what that was. Another person that was located, I believe, in Italy, perhaps, asked about search localization, if that was going to change in the future, that they wanted it to be fair across the board, that they didn't want only for their country to be shown first. He said, again, he mentioned the 45 million items, that they're focused on search and will continue to improve the buyer experience, which we believe will ultimately improve sales or sellers. So again, a focus on the buyer. Somebody did ask about him possibly having more Q&As, maybe quarterly. And he said, yes, let's do it. That was the only definitive answer, solution that he gave through the whole Q&A. Someone asked about, someone asked about is Etsy moving more towards a bricks and clicks type of platform like Amazon is doing with some more physical pop-ups, more physical stores? And he said pretty much no, that the focus is on online selling, and that's what they're focused on, so there won't be any of that. Plans on the Etsy admins and departments talking to each other, and basically the left hand knowing what the right hand is doing. He said yes, that empowering cross-functional teams is the objective. Again, empty statement, but at least he heard it, I guess. Bring back, someone said, can you just bring back the buyers? He said, our top priority is to drive sales again. So again, my opinion on this, now let me be very clear. I don't necessarily think this is bad. I don't think this is bad for sellers. I think, of course, if they are gonna promote and market and bring in more traffic, that's fantastic. And he said that their goal at that point, once they bring in the traffic, is to convert that to sales, which means they would have to fix the algorithm. They have to fix it because there's no way they're going to be able to convert that. So I don't necessarily think at all that this is a bad thing. I think he's motivated, and that they're focused on they're focused on being more aggressive as far as driving business to the website, which is a good thing because Etsy has really needed that. I think at that point, it's really up to us. It's up to us to decide what we're going to do with that traffic once it gets there, if it gets there. Hopefully it gets there. You know, we have to remember we can only control what we can control. And what we can control, what we can't control is we really can't control what Etsy does with their algorithm. Sure, we can try to manipulate our listings and our shops to try to fit in and to get found, but ultimately they are in control of that. They're also in control of marketing and promoting. So for Etsy as a whole. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot that we can do other than focus on what we can focus on, and that is to make our products, our product listings attractive to our target market, and start building our own sites off of Etsy. I mean, I'm not saying that you should ever leave Etsy, because Etsy is a wonderful source of traffic, especially if they're going to bring in more. But that shouldn't be your end game. It should not. You need to be on your own website. You need to build your own email list. You are your own business, and you don't want to have to rely on the old CEO, the new CEO, or whatever Etsy decides to do. Okay, so I mean, overall, my whole take, I guess, if I had to summarize it, is Etsy's going to be fine. They're going to bring in more traffic. You're still going to be selling. I don't think they're going to sell out anywhere to anybody. However, I do believe that the essence of Etsy is gone. I don't think it's coming back, and I don't think it's a truly handmade website. It's pretty clear to me that that's not the case. So, you know, that's my opinion on it. I could be wrong, but that's my 2 cents in a bag of chips. All right, so I've been live for almost an hour going over that. So I hope that helped those of you that didn't watch it. Those of you that did watch it, at least you know at least my 2 cents on the matter. I really want to talk about building an email list, and I have other announcements. So, I mean, I can keep talking if you guys are okay. If you have to leave, I understand, and do your own things. You can always come back and watch it. But I really want to talk about building your email list, because it's really important. I'm almost wondering if I should end this video and start a new one. That way, people that want to watch the email list building don't have to go through an hour of me talking Q&A from Etsy's new CEO. So keep talking. Yes. No, stay. Keep talking. Keep going. Okay. Will you have a handmade market site soon? I will not have one soon, Sharon. Well, it depends on what you think of soon. I hope to have one within a year. Yes. A handmade market. I just got here. Don't start talking. Okay. I'll keep going then. Okay, maybe I can edit this later. I don't even know if I can edit a live video. Oh well. We're going to keep going. Okay, so how to build an email list. I'm going to go through this. I'm trying to make it as simple and as easy as I can for you guys. Okay, so this is what we're talking about this month. Is our main focus is on email list building. Now, those of you that don't have a website, don't freak out. Don't stop listening and think, oh, this doesn't apply to me because I don't have a website. It absolutely applies to you. And of course, it's important for you to get a website, but if you don't, it's okay. You can still collect email addresses and market even without a website. Okay, so let's talk about it. Are we doing giveaways today? We are doing giveaways today. Yes, we are. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, so how to build an email list. One, I'm just going to kind of go over the basics here. One, in order to build your email list, you're going to use ads, okay? Use ads to drive traffic to your landing page. Now, this could be Facebook ads that are targeted to your target market. What's nice about Facebook ads is that you can actually pick your demographics, which is really cool. So if you have a really good handle on who your target market is, Facebook ad to grow your email list could be amazing for your business. Also, Facebook ads are not super duper expensive. They can be affordable. You determine what your budget is for those ads. So I highly recommend Facebook ads. If you're not ready to do any of that yet or promote via advertisement, you can, of course, just promote on your social media sites. But you want to drive traffic to your landing page. Now, let's say you're saying, well, I don't have a website. You don't have a website. These email providers, like the email collection providers, I'm sure there's a name for them. I just don't know what it is. But basically, MailChimp, Aweber, MadMimi, Constant Contact. I know I'm forgetting one. The companies that set all this up for you, basically collecting emails, sending the automated correspondence, keeping track of your list, all of that. Many of those have your own landing page. So it'll have like a form, like and it'll give you a link and people can go to that and boom, it'll just show your form where they can enter their emails. Email aggregate. Is that the name? I haven't heard of that. Okay, so I'm going to take these glasses off because the reflection's bothering me. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to be collecting emails at my 2 upcoming events. Awesome. Oh, just announced the second topic's listening. Okay. MailChimp. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Kate. Okay, so you want to use ads to drive traffic to your landing page or the link that the MailChimp gives you to set up to where people can visit and they can enter in their email address. Okay? Do that. Then what you want to do is you want to have an offer in exchange for their email. So what that offer is, we will talk about in a minute, okay? Because I have that I made up a whole list of different things we could do. But you want to have an offer. So basically it's something for free that you're going to give them or some discount or some special thing or whatever it is. Depends on really what you sell. You're going to give them for joining your email list. 3, you want to hold contests and or giveaways on Facebook or Instagram. And it's important when you do that to have amazing graphics and amazing photos. Sometimes we teach things here in Flourish and then you guys go out and do it and you're on it and you're so excited and you get going, but you want to do it the right way. Because if you're going to go through all of these steps and make this effort to grow your own email following, you want to make sure that you're not turning people off by the graphics and the imagery that you're using, so in the copy. So make sure that whether you're doing a giveaway or a promotion or an ad, that you have really nice photos and visuals. After last week, I signed up with MailChimp and it synced over 4,000 emails for my Shopify. That is fantastic, Sarah. That is awesome. Wow. That is gold. That is pure gold right there. That is amazing. Good job. MailChimp, she's using on our website and Facebook. Good. All right. So you want to do that. So what does a contest or a giveaway on Facebook or Instagram have to do with building an email list? Well, those are ways you can get people to sign up without having those annoying pop-ups in people's face, okay? Make sure you also have your email sign-up box on your homepage in the footer and or on the sidebar. You can also, a lot of people, and I don't see this taken for granted, I don't even do it on my website, the contact form where people have to, they're given their name, their email address, and the subject, and then they have a comment box of what they want to talk to you about, right? You could have a check mark box next to the email that also says, hey, would you, also like to sign up for our newsletter? And they could check it on and off. So these are people that are normally just contacting you for whatever reason. These are obviously people that would have a website. You can have them added to your website too if they click that box. So there's lots of little ways that you can grow your list. Also on Am I back? It froze. Just want to make sure everybody can see me. Can you still see me? Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait and make sure that it's still recording because it froze up for a minute, and I want to make sure that the comments are still coming through. Hi, Amber says, hello, hi. Okay, I'm back, good. Okay, so you can add an email sign up to your Facebook. So there's lots of apps or plugins and third-party, basically, apps that you can connect to Facebook where it will actually create an email sign up tab right on your Facebook page, or I don't know if it'll do it in a group. I don't think so, just on a Facebook page. So, hello, everybody's back. Hi, Anna, hello. All right, so that's how you can start to build an email list. Very easy, very simple. Obviously there's steps you have to take in between that, like going to MailChimp and signing up for an account, or getting that link, or building a landing page if you do have a website, things like that. But basically that is the gist of how you start getting your email list started. Now, how do you leverage that, right? How do you then, okay, great. Like Sarah just said, I have 4,000 emails synced in my MailChimp. Well, holy cow. What would happen, Sarah, if you sent 4,000 emails right now saying, everybody, hello, welcome to my newsletter, blah, 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 blah. We're having a special this week on this, or, we're showcasing our new product line. And how many sales do you think you could get out of that? I mean, even if you just use a law of averages, right? How many, what percent, if you sent out emails, would you get back in sales? I mean, that's a really good number, 4,000. That's incredible. You can get a lot of sales out of that. Even if it was just 1%, what would 1% be? 4,000? What would 1% be? 10% would be 400, right? I'm really bad at math. But you would get sales out of that. So that's why you want to keep your email addresses, right? Because it's like gold. Always have a book at your craft shows. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so how can you leverage email to boost your sales? Well, you send regular emails. This can be weekly, it can be bi-weekly, it can be monthly. You don't want to be too salesy, so you want to make sure you're sharing content, sharing good information. I don't know if I would post my product in every email. I think that I would maybe send a couple emails that were a little bit more vague, but something exciting, some good content. Get people used to opening up your email and wanting or looking forward to opening it before you try to 10% is 400. Awesome. So 40 would be 1%. Thank you, Anna. I'm all about feelings and emotions, not about numbers. Yes. Okay. So that would be awesome. Even if you did 1% of 4,000, that would be amazing. Okay. This is what emails can do for you. Okay. So you want to share stories, blog posts, good news. A lot of people now are utilizing video. So you can do maybe a video of you making your product. That's always fun to watch, especially if you have people that like you and they've signed up for your email list. They're there for a reason, right? So they're saying, hey, I like your stuff. So you showing them how you make what you make is a good thing. It'll be exciting. Okay, holidays and promotions. You can have special sales, new product launches, new product lines, new collections, holiday reminders. You can include special coupons. So this is another way that you can send out emails. Always offer subscriber discounts, make them feel special, like they're part of a team, they're part of a club, they're part of a family. This will help motivate buyers to purchase and lessen unsubscribes, which is important. Let's see, like, follow your pages. Build social media by directing lists to like and follow your pages. So let's say some people do it backwards. Some people have people that visit their website or visit their Etsy shop or visit their landing page and sign up for emails, but they're not following them on social media. So others, they use social media to get people to sign up for their email list. Well, those of you that don't really have a strong social media following, but you have a good local following, or you have a good website traffic, you can use that to also benefit your social media pages and get people to follow you and like you on social media. So you can kind of use it both back and forwards. As far as a discount code, because I know someone asked this last time, you want to make a discount code. Let's say you do 20% off your first purchase or something like that. If you're going to use a discount code as an offer to encourage them to sign up for your email, you don't want to necessarily make the code unique, although you could, but that's a little difficult in doing that for each person. I would make a universal code and just have a time limit expiration on it. So maybe every month change your code out or something. I love to use the book's words that sell and phrases that sell in my newsletter when I'm having a hard time coming up with what to say. I love those books, Cassie. They're awesome. Yes. Can we keep the email addresses from our Etsy sales? All right, Jenny. Yes and no. I was saying last week that MailChimp integrates with PayPal. So when you get Etsy customers that check out with PayPal, they will get an opt-in from MailChimp if you have it integrated with PayPal that will ask them if they want to opt into your email newsletter. And that's awesome to do if you have MailChimp. And then once they express their permission to be added to your list, then you can absolutely market to them. Now, Aweber actually has an Etsy integration. Aweber is more pricey than MailChimp, but you can use Aweber to integrate with Etsy, and every Etsy customer will get an opt-in email. Now, Etsy does say that you are not allowed to market outside of Etsy to your Etsy customers to their email address without their express consent. So could you download or upload all of your past email customers and then send them out an email? No, you shouldn't do that. However, if you have current customers that you want to reach out to and say, hey, by the way, I'm offering 20% off your next purchase if you sign up for a newsletter or whatever other promotion you want to do, and they say, okay, or sign me up, they have expressed their permission, and you can do that. Why would you change a universal discount code? I wouldn't, but if you didn't want them to use it over and over and over for future purchases, then you'd want to change it. So in other words, if this is a discount, they get this discount for their next purchase, signing up for your list. If you don't change that discount code, then they could potentially give it to other people and then use it over and over and over and over again. To me, a sale is a sale is a sale is a sale. So I would probably leave it, but if you don't want to do that, or if you don't have a very big profit margin, you wouldn't want to do that. You would want Aweber. Yes, that's exactly how you spelled it. Aweber. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about sales funnels and how you can build your list, basically what offers that you can do. Okay, so depending on your business, because that really matters, is what kind of business do you have, what kind of items do you make, who is your target market? This all matters. So it's not a one size fits all. It also depends on your prices. Like what do you charge for? So like, for example, Jennifer Zant, who makes those amazing industrial, big, huge shelving units that are thousands of dollars, she could offer perhaps $50 off a purchase of your first purchase of $250 or more. Or maybe she could offer $500 off your purchase of $5,000. That wouldn't obviously work for a jewelry maker. So, you know, it just depends on what your business is and who your target market is. So one way to do it is you can enter to win a giveaway. So I love giveaways, obviously, you guys know that. That's always fun because when somebody's entering a giveaway, you only have to buy one thing, right? Because you can enter to give away, well, you would obviously probably want to give away your product, but they would enter to win a giveaway. Let's say you make, let's say that you make t-shirts, right? And you personalize t-shirts. So you might give away, you know, 3 t-shirts of your most popular design if they sign up for your email VIP list, right? So they're entering a giveaway for these 3 shirts to be on your list. You only have to give away the pack of 3 shirts or whatever, but you get like hundreds and hundreds of email signups because people want to win that shirt. So that doesn't cost you hardly anything to get all those hundreds of emails. Also, with giveaways, it generates excitement. So you might have somebody say, oh my God, I just entered this giveaway to win this awesome shirt or whatever it is. It could be a pair of diamond earrings. I mean, depending again on what you sell. You know, you want it to be worth them saying, yes, I will sign up for your email list. You know, you want it to be worth it for them. But they'll share that. They'll share that with their friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, whatever, you know, if it's exciting enough. So that gets you even more emails on your list. Also, it gives you a chance to show off your product, right? Because if you're giving something away, then in your social media promotions and posts and things like that about the giveaway, you're showcasing your product, right? Whether it's a picture or a video or whatever. So it's those that don't win the giveaway may want to buy it if it's desirable enough to them. It's valuable to announce it before a holiday or a launch of a new product also, because again, that's just going to generate more attention. On Shopify, you can limit a coupon to 1 use per customer tracked by email. Perfect. That's awesome. If you already have plugins or already have things that are built into your website, that's awesome. Okay. Anti-spam law dictates that people need to consent for you to market to them. Sign up for your email list. Everything else is spam and not okay. Yes, they have to express their permission. Okay. We already know the discount dollar off, right? We just kind of explained it with Jennifer Zant. So overall, there could be a discount for a first-time purchase. It could be like 20% off, or it could be, hey, you know, if you belong to my Flourishers, right? Like if you're in my Flourishers group, or if you're on my Flourishers VIP list, then you get 10% off, you know, every purchase. And that would be a constant static discount that you could offer, or it could be just a one-time thing, or a, you know, first-time purchase. They could sign up to be added to your special list, and this is something that you can sell by saying, you know, you can attend private shopping events that aren't given to the public. You could start your own private Facebook group, so whoever signs up for your list gets into your private Facebook group where you can ask product development questions and showcase new product lines before the launch to the public, stuff like that. Obviously, that would work if you already have a good following. These are people that love you, they love your Instagram, they love your Facebook, they love your products, they ooh and ah over it all the time. That would be a great way to say, hey, you guys want to join my VIP list, blah, 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 blah. Make them feel special at the same time. They can communicate and interact with other people that love your stuff. And then you have this Facebook group that you can also market your items in and sell there as well. Laura, your profile pic made so laughing. I don't know Laura's profile pic. Oh my goodness. Jenny says, I'm ready to set up a new website. What do you think about BigCommerce versus Shopify? I recommend Shopify. Shopify is, it's not super easy to set up. It's not super hard, but Shopify, it's progressive. They are constantly out there looking to how they can improve their site, what features they can add for their people on their platform. They have the partnership with Pinterest with the Buy It Now button. They have a ton of different apps. Their customer service is amazing. They're really hard to beat right now, I think, out there as far as web platforms go. Shopify versus WooCommerce. I'm not the right person to ask that. Well, you know, WooCommerce is what you use in conjunction with WordPress, right? So you would have to build your WordPress site or hire someone to build it for you. The nice thing about WordPress is that you really are limitless to what you can do with your own website. So I would say that they're the king, really, but you know, a lot of people have a hard time kind of working their way around the WordPress site. But I think WooCommerce is great also as a shopping cart. Kind of wish I had known of Shopify before I Wixed. Yeah, I have Weebly, and I'm a big fan of Wix and Weebly. I really like the design of Wix and Weebly. I love the design of Squarespace, but there's so much more that you have to take into account when you're talking about maintaining and running a website. And customer service is key. You need to be able to have support, right? So with Shopify, you get that built-in support. I've had some issues with my Weebly site over the last few months, and the Weebly support is not that stellar. They're not horrible, and I love my website. It's pretty, it's easy to use, it's super easy to build, it works well. But when it doesn't work, if there's something that's a glitch or there's something that's not quite right, it's hard to get people that know what they're talking about. Squarespace, in my opinion, now I used a Squarespace site years ago, so it's probably not the same now. But I did not like the shopping cart portion of Squarespace, specifically the shipping portion. I didn't like it at all because I shipped heavy things and it wasn't working. It didn't give me enough options. As far as getting sales, is it as easy as Etsy? No. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Nothing is as easy. In my opinion, nothing is as easy as Etsy as far as getting sales, other than Amazon, perhaps. But Amazon isn't very easy to set up. I mean, there's a learning curve. But that doesn't mean that you don't do it anyway, right? So if you're getting all this traffic and Etsy super easy to set up, that's great and awesome. But you also want to get your own website set up. You have to do that because you just never know what's going to happen with Etsy, and you don't want to always be at the mercy of changes and testing and, you know, restructure and all of that. Gail says, I'm considering leaving Weebly for Shopify. Yeah, I mean, and you know what? It wasn't like this 2 years ago or a year and a half ago even. Shopify has just started acquiring all these other companies and adding to their repertoire of things. I really think that they're trying to compete with WordPress, but specifically with the e-commerce portion. They're really a force to be reckoned with. The Artisan Indie site will be on a WordPress platform. I know you guys know how much I love that. So I will be going away from Weebly myself. Squarespace, I think they partner with ShipStation. That would be much better. They did not do that then, Liz, so that's great. And I really like Squarespace's templates. They're beautiful. Weebly transfers all of your Etsy stuff onto their site. Easy peasy. Perfect. Good. Okay, so remember, so that's another thing, right? So we got giveaways. We enter your email to win a giveaway. Enter your email to win it, to have a discount or $1 off your item. Sign up to be added to our VIP list. Now this is something you can use during the holidays, something that you normally would do anyway, like an upgrade to gift wrap or rush shipping or something like that. During the holidays, you could do sign up for our newsletter for free gift wrap or for a package upgrade or whatever it is. That's something that you could use. And also you could say, if it's before the holidays, you could say also access our Black Friday sale early by signing up for our email address. So please know, if you don't have time to do this right now and you're going to take the next, let's say the summer, to get it built, that's a perfect time to release it. Is people are going to be wanting discounts. They're going to be wanting to see your Black Friday sales. I mean, all this stuff's going to happen. So it's something that you can use to your advantage. Remember your copy, and I have this on here because you want to remember always when we're talking about any kind of marketing or promoting to have good copy. This means use words like bestseller, previously sold out, backed by popular demand, things like that that will attract their attention. Okay, so you want to make sure, and sometimes even being funny or artistic or kind of goofy with your wording will also help get people to join up for your list. And also, I just want to make a comment on sales funnels as a whole, and collecting email lists and getting and then marketing to them and then getting them to purchase something from you. I have seen this constant among handmade sellers where they're so focused on their views and their stats and their sales that they don't continue to nurture the relationship with their buyer after the purchase to guarantee future sales. So we want to talk about retention at some point. So this isn't just about getting that first sale. It's also about nurturing the relationship that you have with that buyer so that they buy from you again and again and again and again, and or they talk about you to all their friends and family. So I remember, not that I have time for a story, but I remember back in '98, I was selling cars at a Ford dealership. Don't judge me, okay? I switched to Chevy swiftly thereafter. But anyway, I was working at a Ford dealership and I was selling cars. And I remember there was this car salesman. His name was Bob Bergman. I remember, I will never forget. And I was struggling. I was young. I was struggling. I mean, it was like we were waiting on ups, what they called ups, which is these people that would pull in and, all the salespeople would just jump on them to try to sell them a car. And I remember that he never did that. He never stood outside. He never waited for ups. He only took appointments. And I was like, that's crazy. And he was the top salesman in the entire dealership, but he only took appointments. And one day I asked him, they didn't like me there, by the way, because it was a bunch of old men, and they didn't like a girl selling cars, first of all. They definitely didn't like a young girl selling cars, so I didn't have many friends there. But I remember asking him one time in the break room, how do you do this? How do you get all your appointments and everything? And he said, I've been doing this for 20 years. And my customers that I sell to, they come back and buy from me for every car that they need. Then they have kids, their kids come in, or if their kids grow to age, they're buying their kid a car. They're telling their brothers and their sisters and their neighbors about purchasing from me, and then they buy a car. He said, I don't have enough time in the day to handle all of these people. But they're people that, he said, you take care of your customers. You always take care of your customers, and you follow up with your customers. And I remember him telling me this, and I think he was being kind of little, I don't know. I don't think he was trying to just be nice and fatherly, but he was basically saying that he doesn't need new customers. He doesn't need new sales. He doesn't need new traffic because he takes care of the sales that he's had before that keeps them coming back and again and again and again and again. So I think that that is key, and I think that's a big portion of what we're missing, because we have this vast database of customers that we can continue to sell to if we just treat them right, and develop and nourish relationships. And you can do that through email marketing. What about for new product lines? Yeah, I mean, you could get them to sign up if that's what you're talking about. They could absolutely sign up to see your new product lines. It's a good idea. Also a blog. Let's say some sellers, they have a popular blog, or they blog, or they have more success blogging than they do with their store. I even know sellers that have a button on their blog that says click here, and it links them to their Etsy shop. So if you have a blog and you have a following, you absolutely can put on your blog, sign up for to be notified of our new blog post, or of new content, or of updated news, or whatever it is. That's a good way to do it too. Okay. Okay, here we go. I do have some announcements. I know we're going to just kind of move on. We'll talk more about persnickety. I love that. That is the word, persnickety. That was what he was being. Okay, so we're going on an hour and 30 minutes. I don't want to be too long. I'm always so wordy. Long. Ugh. Okay, it's just who I am. Okay, do we have any questions? Everybody doing okay? That's 100% accurate. I've been in business as a designer 4 years, and I haven't taken on new clients in over a year. Well, there you go. It's true. It is so true. I mean, let's talk about Haley Frome for a minute. So Haley Frome, who is amazing, and I love her. She's a member, but she's always out there selling Flourish. Seriously. She is always, I see her in other groups. I see her comment in Joyful. I don't know how many friends that she has recommended Flourish to that have joined. If I had, 100, 200, 300 Haleys, I wouldn't ever have to promote the group because they would do it for me. So my goal and what I have to focus on is making my members as happy as they can possibly be, so that they can go out and tell everybody else about Flourish, right? And the happier you are and the more value that you see, the more that you're going to want to share that. Well, the same thing with your customers. So, doing that is so key to building your business for the long term. Persnickety. There are tons of free things you can give away for signups. Yes, tons. Thank you, Phaedra. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and announce some announcements. There is a sign up in the main Flourish group for swag for Asheville. If you want to donate, only if you want to donate. If you don't, I'm not saying that people need to donate, but a lot of people have contacted me and said, hey, can we send you stuff for the swag? Absolutely, I'm not going to turn that down. If you want to donate items for the Flourish swag bags for the Asheville conference, absolutely do that. There is a form that Laura made up. It is in the main Flourish group. It has to be at least 100 items because we're going to have at least 100 attendees there, and we would need, to be fair, give everybody the same thing. But you're welcome to do that if you want to. And yes, we will be promoting the people that donate, of course. We will have it listed on a list of some sort. I'm not sure if we're going to do like a scroll or a card. It will also probably be listed on our webpage when we talk about our Asheville event, which is being built right now. So if you want to do that, that's in Flourish. In the club, there is also a form because, Laura is form happy, and she does so good at them. It's nice. It keeps us organized. There's a swag member discount. So if you want to offer your fellow Flourish members a discount on your products, you would need to have the coupon code be GoTeamFlourish, all caps, GoTeamFlourish, and whatever the discount you choose. But if you want to sign up to be on the list, fill out that form, okay? Everybody loves the word persnickety. That would be a great web URL, wouldn't it? everybody goes to Google Domains. Okay, so that's that. Also, I wanted to announce that Flourish 101 is going to be launching next week. I know a lot of you guys are like, what's that? We had a Flourish 101 back in the day, but this is going to be specifically for new members, new signups, or anyone that wants to go back to the very beginning. We are launching it next week. We have a new Facebook group. This is going to help our new members come in, not get overwhelmed. They're going to be able to understand how the Facebook groups work. It's basically an onboarding system that we're going to do for all new signups so that we can reduce confusion and overwhelm. That's going to be launching next week. If you're interested in getting involved in that, let me know and we can get you added into the group. It's just a temporary thing for new members to really kind of understand where things are located, how to interact in the groups, how everything works in the program, and then they'll be released into our current Flourish group. So it's before the new members come to the very new, the Club Flourish groups, they'll go to Flourish 101. All right, that launches next week. All public critiques that I have done, all shop critiques that I've done that have been public are on the website, the member login site. You can go to it. They are divided into categories. So if you want to watch a specific critique on your industry, you can go and watch those on the new member site. We figured out, I talked to an amazing videographer in Asheville, and we are going to be offering tickets for a recorded video for you of the Saturday event in Asheville. So those of you that are not able to make the event, you will be able to purchase a video, and it's going to be done really nice. I'm very excited about it. Of all the speakers and everything that they talk about. They're going to be $99, and we will launch them soon, the next day or two, for sale if you want to buy it. It will be your own copy of the video of the conference, of the Saturday's events. We're not going to do Friday's photography workshop, and we're not going to do the mindset mastermind on Sunday, but we will be doing the entire day of the Saturday events. So I know everybody's like, please get that for me. So that we are doing. Also, as far as live stream goes, we're not going to live stream the entire event. It doesn't work well. The quality isn't good. I want to get you guys 4K HD video of the conference, okay? Not like a cell phone video. So that's what this is going to be. But we will be putting you, those of you that buy the $99 ticket, we will be putting you in a private group for the meetup, and we will do a live stream for the Q&A panels. And it may be on my phone, it may be on the tablet, but if you purchase a $99 ticket for the video, you will also get the live stream Q&A panels live at the event. So this will be the 100K panels and the expert panels. Okay, so it's super exciting, and I know you guys wanted it. I'm sorry I didn't offer it earlier, but I wasn't sure if I could get it to you, and I wanted to make sure that I could get someone that really knew what they were doing and that could put together this awesome video so that you guys could really hear and see everything clearly and, you know, in HD, and I got it handled. So better late than never. So I'll start selling those today or tomorrow. I'll make an announcement in the groups when it's up. All right. Did I forget something? Oh, if you guys have any problems or any questions or any concerns or just anything you need that's Flourish related, please contact Sam or Lara. Contact them, just send them a PM. They are here for you to help you if you have questions about your subscription, if you have any questions about how to use the member site, if you can't log in, whatever you need, contact them. Don't post in Joyful. Don't, send me an email because you won't be seen for days. So just contact them. They are ready and willing to help immediately. Okay? What day will the live stream Q&A be live, and will we be able to rewatch later? Yes. So those that those that buy a ticket for the video, you guys will be in a private Facebook group, and we will be live streaming. It's on a Saturday. It's Eastern Standard Time. I'm not exactly sure yet when the Q&A portion will be live streamed. You will know before, obviously, but it will be a Saturday in between 9 and 5. So probably in the afternoon, maybe 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., somewhere around there. It'll be live streamed Eastern Standard Time, Saturday in the group. Okay, but the video, you'll get the whole video of the event, of the whole event, every speaker and all that good stuff. So, all right, I think I said everything. I don't think I missed anything. Oh, the swag page, if you want to know what discounts you get, like what kind of swag you get for being a Flourish member, go to the A Welcome to Flourish page on the website. There's a link that will take you right to the swag page. So if you're wondering about that. All right. I have a goodie bag, goodie bag, goodie bag, goodie bag. So I'm going to give away a goodie bag real quick because I stopped doing this. I just forget. So, and I also have goodie bags for previous weeks that I need to ship out. So I am shipping those out this week. I'm sorry, I am so behind, but I will get those out this week. So you'll get your goodie bags. I also have 2 planners to ship out. And this is it. So the question for the goodie bag, what movie did I speak about the other day on a live thing when I was talking about this movie, which I highly recommend to learn about target markets and having a niche market. And there was a character in the film that says, "What can I do?" That was my attempt at an English accent. Whoever does it first. So Kinky Boots. Now on my end, I see, I don't know how to say your name, Mooj, Salamander? Yes, you. I see that. Something about boots, Danny says. Kinky Boots. Yes, that is right. Those of you, this is just a reminder. If you haven't seen the movie Kinky Boots, please, please, please go watch it. It will help you. It has nothing to do with Flourish per se, but it has all to do with struggling as a business owner and trying to find ways to make it happen, which is our saying this year. So Muge Salamander, you are getting the goodie bag, the Flourish goodie bag. It's just filled with lots of just little things, nothing special, just, well, it's all special, but little odds and ends and trinkets and fun stuff and crafty stuff and all that. So send Lara your address, please, so we can get that sent out to you. Thank you so much. Sorry this took forever. Gosh, I think this is the longest video I've ever done. But I love you guys so much. I will put those video live stream tickets up soon. And oh, for one last time, this is to Josh Silverman, the new Etsy CEO, and this is my I'm very disappointed face. Okay, I even have a bigger one here. All right, I will talk to you guys later. We'll talk more this week and next week about email list building. I want to see you guys with your email lists going. In fact, Sam, if you're watching, please start a thread in the club where people can post their link to their email sign up. Now, this is not a like ladder, so before everybody gets all up in arms, if you want to show your email list, this is where people can go and they can get ideas. They can look and see how you have it listed. Or if you want to sign up for your fellow Flourishers email lists, only do it if you're in their target market, please. Let's start a thread. So anybody that already currently has an email sign up, put your link in there and let's all just kind of check it out, support each other, talk about it. Let's just keep the conversation going because it's that important and I want you guys to build your lists. All right? Oh, the lifetime winners. Forgot about the lifetime winners. Okay, I got it. The lifetime membership winners. Now, what it was a contest that everyone had to be signed up on our new member site. The reason why we're doing this is because we need you guys to go to the member site. That's where all the content is. It's organized. It's beautiful. We've put a lot of work into it. So please go there if you need help for anything. Just log in. Make sure you're registered and logged in. So the lifetime giveaway was in celebration of our 2-year anniversary here in Flourish. And we have 2 winners. The first winner was Heidi Ravello. I think her Facebook is Heidi Garcia Ravello. I hope I said that right. And it's Heidi with a Y, Heidy Garcia Ravello. And then Gail Schmidt was the second winner. Gail Schmidt is the second winner. So we have Heidi Garcia Ravello as the first winner, and Gail Schmidt. You have both won a lifetime membership to Flourish. So get with Laura. She will cancel out your payments and get you added into our Lifers group. And congratulations. I'm so excited. We'll have more of this throughout the year. We'll do more giveaways for the lifetime membership. All right, I will go now that I'm allowed to go. I think I've said everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I have so many notes. I will talk to you all later. Thanks so much. Bye.